All right, technology takes over in this passing challenge. You and the players will see targets that randomly light up. No more styrofoam in any of these competitions anymore. And this is a timed event, fastest through the course. So part number 1 will be in one end of the rink, and it'll be a target pass. And what you'll see is a target randomly light up. And when it lights up, that's the target that the player has to pass into. And he'll have to get 4 of these before moving on into the neutral zone, where there's a give and go. There's no player to give and go with, but there'll be rubber bumpers that you'll give and go with. And then the third event, those mini nets you see in one end of the rink. And with 18,000 people here and 1 million people at home watching, that mini net looks like it's not big enough for a puck to go in.
And you know what's so unusual for these players is they do it instinctively in a game when they're going at full speed, and it's something completely different when all eyes are upon you. You're stationary, and as you mentioned, Jim, you miss one, you start getting a little bit nervous about the next.
Can't rule out a defenseman winning this competition either. The defensive game now is so much. Make a great pass to a good forward. And starting off will be the terrific Nikita Kucherov of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Like so many players, he's known for being a sniper, a great shooter, but he's also a terrific playmaker, and he will start the competition.
I mean, nothing like starting on the most difficult one, isn't it? Like having to hit this, not just on the ice, but in the air is no easy task.
Tell you, I wish I could have played with those nets that are to my left. I would have had a pretty good goals against average.
Yeah.
But this is really nerve-wracking for the players, because the clock just seems like it's ticking at 3 seconds at a time, and you're thinking, I got to make this thing happen.
And they're doing, as I said, the difficult ones, trying to hit those ones in midair. And
he's got his third one. He's shooting hard for the fourth one, and it's like he's mad at it now. Light comes on, and finally somebody's home, and now he's got 2 in a row, and off he goes to play a little give and go. Give and go with 4 different bumpers.
That seems pretty simple after the last one, doesn't it? Having to get those last 2 targets.
So now look at these ones.
Yeah.
The mini nets for Nikita Kucherov. Takes a little off it.
4 mini nets and then into the empty net.
That third one's really small.
And then now, as you see, he just gets a little frustrated too. He's trying to do it as quickly as he can and has to get that saucer over the bumper. And he's having a hard time with this third one.
It's not a funny angle.
No, yeah.
And it's facing forward and not towards the shooter.
This is cruel and unusual punishment. He's hit the outside of it.
Jim, you said the players didn't want to do the fastest skater. They may not want to do this one next year either.
The rest of the competitors may not do it the rest of the night. And finally, it's exhausting.
He's got to do the big net. He forgot. He's just so disappointed with himself there.
That's 1 minute and 40 seconds for Nikita Kucherov to go through this grueling course in the passing challenge. So, hey, let's go down to ice level and bring in the captain of the Metropolitan team. Would this be PK Subban?
Yes, captain of the best-looking division in the National Hockey League.
As voted on by?
The fans, obviously. A lot of them must be women, the way they voted. So
clearly. What do you think? What do you think of these new lighting up targets in the mini nets? Is this a tough one or what?
It's a tough script. You know what? It's tough, but these guys are skilled. They'll figure it out. Nobody's going to judge him for this. I mean, Nikita Kucherov probably
one of the best passers.
One of the best passers.
Yeah.
One of the best players in the league. So, you know, he's no real deal James Neal, that's for sure. Right, Nealer? Exactly. Claude Giroux, great set of mitts on him. Isn't he fun to watch?
He's a terrific player. There's another guy who was told just about all his life he was too small for this game, and look how good he is now.
Oh, no, he's great. I mean, he's one of the best passers in the league. One of the best in the shootout as well. I mean, watching him go is pretty fun.
You think it makes a difference this year that you have to look around to find the target?
Oh, man, it's definitely got to be tough. It's just the pressure, too. You know what I mean? Guys aren't warmed up, but that's a part of it. That's what makes it so fun, right? Oh, gee. Claude, okay, there it is.
He's still doing all right here.
He's still doing okay. He's doing pretty quick. But you know what? It's always toughest for the first guy, right? Because you don't get to watch anybody. At least, you know, if you go second, third, or last, you know, you get to watch guys and then make up your mind on how you want to attack it. But Claude seems to be doing a pretty good job right now.
I was saying earlier that those nets look pretty small, I bet, when there's 18,000 people watching you try and hit it.
Yeah, and he's clean cut, right? Nikita had the long hair. It might be affected his vision a little bit. Claude's got the clean cut haircut. Handsome guy, no?
And
a good time.
Wow, really good time.
Yeah. Claude Giroux. Clapton. Okay, here comes Schenner.
PK, I was saying how different it is in something like this when you're just standing there stationary. Yeah, you guys are so good at reacting into the game on what happens. Is it completely different type of experience out here when you're kind of on your own and trying to hit that little target?
I'd probably say that it's tougher standing. Johnny,
Yeah.
hang on. Let me ask one of the best players in the league with best set of hands. Johnny, would you say that this is tougher standing still than it is moving? It is, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. So, I mean, you can take my word for it, or you can take Johnny Hockey's word for it. All right, here comes.
What a season for Brayden Schenn.
Brayden Schenn's having a great season. You know, it's probably not going to be enough to beat those Preds, but I think it's good. I think they're better this year, definitely. I'm just kidding. All right.
Have you had to play head-to-head against that line when he's together with Jaden Schwartz?
I have. You know what? In the league now, every top line is so skilled and so fast. And you look at a guy like Schenner, who's been in the league for a while now. He's got the experience. Brayden Schwartz has so much speed. I know he's had some injuries this year, but he makes a big difference for that line. And obviously, Tarasenko is a world-class player, so they're tough to play against, that's for sure.
Vladimir Tarasenko, such a good player, and he's not at the All-Star game. But Brayden Schenn having a wonderful season.
Hang on, I know you guys are working, you're on the air, but did you have a chance to get on one of those boats with a pirate? Did you guys put your pirate hats?
No, I was dying. You know, PK, the best movie that has ever been made in the history of movies is Treasure Island. The 1950 version with Robert Newton as Long John Silver. You don't think I wanted to be out there this morning with a bottle of rum?
Okay, well, I don't think you're that old. 1950, that's a long time ago.
Oh, I didn't see it when it first came out.
I wasn't even a thought in 1950.
Back then, no.
It's now available in color, and it's wonderful.
You know what? I might have to watch that. I haven't seen it. I was thinking today about the Pirates, right? Thinking about guys dressed up. I'd love to see Erik Karlsson in a pirate suit. I think he'd look just like Johnny Depp. If you guys can put together a picture and kind of superimpose his face,
we'll show you the roll in.
Yeah.
Why not?
Did you see the way he walked into the building today?
I didn't. No, I didn't.
Oh, it's beautiful.
He's beautiful. I know he's beautiful.
But you get your wish. He was dressed as a pirate.
No, was he really?
He and Victor Hedman.
Victor Hedman and he came in, and if you don't have a monitor right by you, but it's just a thing of beauty as they walked in with their swords.
As Don Cherry would say, two beautiful-looking guys walking in. I got to watch how I'm talking about guys looking beautiful nowadays. I'm kissing guys on TV. I'm talking about their looks. All right, here comes.
You think a defenseman can win this competition?
Well, if one's going to win it, Oliver Ekman-Larsson would definitely be a guy that would be in my selection group for sure. How good is he?
Fantastic player that we don't see enough.
Yeah. I mean, he's been really good, even though that their team, you know, they've had some rough years in Arizona. I think they're going to figure it out. They got some great. Like Clayton Keller's a great player. All right.
And OEL is one of the best. And whoa, he's having a tough. He got a rebound.
He got a lucky one there.
You know what? I'm going to say this. I think with the toe curve, and you've seen it with Kucherov, I think it's a lot tougher with the toe curve. I really do.
Hey, while we watch Oliver go up here to the last of the targets, I got to ask you this, PK, because of where you play and how much fun it is in Nashville. Could you ever have imagined that here we are in 2018, and three of the best places in the world to go to a hockey game are Tampa Bay, Nashville, Tennessee, and Vegas, Nevada?
I can, because I think the NHL has the most potential out of any sports league in North America. I really do. And I think the bright thing is that it's still young compared to a lot of the other leagues in terms of, you know, TV deals and all of that stuff. And I think a lot of fans are coming to appreciate the game more because, number one, it's fun once you get to know it. But number two, the players are so great. I mean, you know, we often hear that hockey players are the best athletes out of all the athletes in North America. And you can see it now. I mean, markets like Nashville and Tampa Bay, they've won a Stanley Cup here. but they're coming out in droves now to support the game, and it's great to see. I think it starts with grassroots, and it's a great game to play. So the more people we can get involved, the better. It's great.
Tampa now has like 3 or 4 minor hockey associations, at least a dozen rinks where you can play, and I know the same thing's going on in Nashville, and will eventually go on in Las Vegas, Nevada, too, as Eric Staal gets started, and we do have a defenseman leading this competition.
Eric Staal, veteran. I asked him in the dressing room today, I asked him how many All-Star games he's been to, and he's been to 5.
There you go.
And you think about the impact that he's had in the league, the age that he came in. I know we talked about Peter Laviolette because that was his coach in Carolina, and we talked about how great Peter is and the job that he's done with a lot of young players who've come into the league, but what a career he's had. Sort of rejuvenated his career in Minnesota. He's been great. Playing against him has been tough. That long stick. Look at this.
Oh, yeah,
Look at this.
wow, it was going to be pretty.
That's the toughest target.
It is.
He got it in 3 tries.
You know what I think is important, though, in these All-Star games? It's not about making it look pretty. As long as you look pretty, that's what matters. Eric Staal.
Almost a 10-second better.
Great job. I love it.
Ekman-Larsson.
Attaboy, Stalsy.
There's a great veteran. I think the secret to this, and you've seen it as these have gone along, take a little bit off it. Don't try and pass it and hit that target too hard.
You know, Kucherov going first, PK, was just nobody really knew what to expect out of it, and I thought the first targets were probably his demise. He got a little bit rattled because of it.
Okay, well, now we got King City native. I'm not in King City, but I moved up to Nobleton, which is about 2 minutes away from King City. So Petro's got to represent here, and he is in the Central Division. So
what a terrific defenseman he's become, and to see him finally recognized at an All-Star game is great. He's been recognized at the international level as one of Canada's best.
No, he is, and he is one of the best defensemen in the league, and he has been for a long time. You know, as a defenseman, it's so competitive too as D-man when you line up and you know you go into St. Louis or LA, Drew Doughty, who's sitting beside me, and you play against these guys. It's so much fun to watch them, and the competition, the amount of respect between defensemen in the league, and there's so many great defensemen. I mean, how do you choose between all these guys? You look at the lineup in the All-Star game, it's unbelievable, the talent.
And we've opened it up so that there's so many good, young, small defensemen that play the game now. It's probably the area, wouldn't you say, PK, that has the template, what you would call the job description of a National Hockey League defenseman has changed dramatically over the last few years.
Well, even National Hockey League players, it's changed. I mean, look at Brayden Point. Maybe 6-7 years ago, he's not in the league,
chance,
right? So Alex Pietrangelo represent King City, baby.
You called that one, didn't you? That
46-6.
I don't know if it's news, but I got to give him a shout out. He's got triplets on the way, so we wish him triplets, if you can believe it. We wish him and his beautiful wife the best. Starting their new family.
I almost
starting a big family.
Yeah,
that's aggressive. Triplets, that's aggressive.
I think Mike Smith's got a busy time with 4 boys.
Yeah, Smitty. We're talking about your boys, Smitty. No, we're talking about how they get their good looks from your wife, not you. That's what we were talking about.
There seems to be a running theme to this, PK. Good looks.
There is. Good looks. NHL.
Speaking of good looks, here's a good-looking defenseman from Quebec, Chris Letang of the Pittsburgh Penguins, another defenseman. So we have a defenseman leading, a defenseman in 3rd spot, and here's Chris Letang.
Shout out to Montreal native, Chris Letang. Oh, there he goes. See that toe curve? It seems to be giving guys some trouble. I'm telling you. Oh, maybe not as much for Chris. How good is he in the shootout?
he's got some moves.
He does.
He's going to have to be great at the mini nets here.
You know what? In his heyday when he was younger, now he's married. I heard he had some pretty good moves at Buonanotte there in Montreal on the dance floor. But now he's a family man, veteran.
Are you speaking from personal experience, or did you just read about it?
I may have had a few nights at Buonanotte on the dance floor. They had to redo the dance floor when I got traded. But
it was worn out, was it?
It was. All right, Chris Letang.
This one again.
I told you.
There you go.
There it is. Oh, nice.
Not going to catch Petro.
Nope. Petro, good job.
So
Douts, here we go. Have some fun. Put that hat on backwards. Actually, he's in the Pacific Division. I hope he's...
So PK, with all these competitors who you know you're going to be butting heads to try to get out of the West, how do you approach a weekend like this when you have such stiff competition against these guys throughout the year and then of course at playoff time?
I've been lucky enough to be in the league for a few years now and to get to know guys, and you know, the camaraderie in sport, that's what you look forward to. Like, that's the best part about coming to the All-Star game, is being able to get to know your competitors. And you know, sometimes it works for you and it works against you, because then guys figure out what you're like, and when you're trying to get guys' kitchens out there on the ice, they just tell you to shut up. And, you know, but Douts is a great player, guy I played against my whole life, and you know what, just a superstar in the league. Great players, it's always fun, but you're right, it is tight in the West, it always is, you know. It's going to be tough this year. It's hard to say, you know.
PK, he is a bit like you, a lot like you in this way. When he plays the game, even the most competitive of games,
there he goes.
He's having a tough
Just
game.
let it rip. There we go. Let it rip. There we go.
Oh, we were waiting for this to happen.
No. He's had enough.
Keep shooting, Douts.
There we go. I was going to say, when he plays the game and you watch him play, he's like you in that he looks like he's having a blast no matter, and just really enjoying the game even at the highest competitive level.
You know what? He's one of my favorite players to play against, because, you know, I think it's healthy competition. We talk about it a lot, but we often love to play against each other and challenge each other. He's a great player, and, you know, I know that we do a lot. On our team, we have a lot of great defensemen, and so do they in LA, but playing against him my whole life, it's always fun when we get together. I get a tremendous amount of respect for Drew and what he's done in his career, winning a couple cups, the Norris Trophy.
But he won't get any ribbing for this at all, will he, PK?
No, he will. He definitely will.
Yeah.
He definitely will. There he goes. That toe curve, I'm telling you, the toe curve. It's hard. Like, think about it. The puck comes off a little different. See? It's the toe curve.
He's looking for the trap door right now, don't you think?
There it is. Boy, Douts.
And
The toe curve's tough.
Winner's going to be Alex Pietrangelo.
Attaboy, Petro. Central Division. I pick him well.
Way to go, PK. Thanks for dropping
Way to go,
by.
Drew. No problem. Thanks, guys.
PK Subban, and there's another great defenseman. Alex Pietrangelo from King City, and the St. Louis Blues is the champion of the passing challenge, and that was a workout.